It's Wednesday night in the garage, the lights are low, the engines are hot, and the markets are lined up on the starting grid. Bitcoin tried to rip earlier, blasting up to about 114.6 before it lost traction and slid back to 114.2. Lulu's got the charts up and she's calling it like it is. Support sitting right at 113.8. If we hold that line, the bulls can fuel up for another lap. Break below that and we skid out into the gravel toward 112 flat. Resistance? 114.6 is the wall. If we punch through and hold, it's back to the races. Ethereum is idling right at 4130, revving but not moving. Lulu says this is a coiled spring, a turbo spooled up and waiting. Break 4,200 and the nitrous kicks in. Lose 4,100 and we drift back into the pits. That's your setup. Nice and simple. Now Solana, the rally car nobody respects. Sitting at 186, quiet consolidation, bands tightening like tires gripping the track. Lulu's levels, resistance at 189, support at 184. You clear 189 and this car launches to 200. You lose 184 and we're sliding down toward 179. Cardano, the tuner car of crypto, is sitting at 88 cents. A lot of long buy signals, but Lulu says don't get blinded by the neon. Support's down around 84 cents, resistance at 92. ADA is trying to hang with the big boys, but it's not setting the pace tonight. Now, Christian's got his eyes deep in the trenches. The Deegan street races are alive and well. Solana's meme strip is on fire. Troll, Sins, Holypump, engines screaming, volume flying. That's pure retail nitro, but it's high-risk racing. Most of those cars blow gaskets before the quarter mile's over. Still, that's where the fun is, and that's where the quick hits are. Step back and look under the hood. Institutions are still fueling this market, billions pouring in through ETFs, especially into Ethereum. That's the real gas tank filling up. But the pit crews took a breather yesterday, pulling some capital back. Think of it like a quick brake check mid-lap. Weekly flows are still heavy green, but daily showed red. Short-term hesitation, long-term momentum. Whales and miners are moving weight. Dormant wallets waking up. Government-linked wallets sending BTC to exchanges. That's sell pressure like gravel in the turn. But long-term holders still strapped in, still gripping the wheel. That conviction is what's keeping this market from spinning out. The weather? Dangerous. The Fed's hawkish, the Treasury's pulling $400 billion of liquidity out of the system. That's siphoning fuel from the tank while we're still racing. Oil's steady in the mid-80s. OPEC defending the $80 floor like it's sacred. That means inflation isn't dead, which keeps the Fed locked down. And geopolitics? Israel and Iran revving engines at the line. It's not war tonight, but one wrong move, and we hit black ice. Oil spikes. Markets spin. Bitcoin dumps before it claws back as digital gold. And the tech sector, the AI garage. GPT-5 dropped, Llama 4 dropped, NVIDIA stumbled. MIT says 95% of companies are making zero return from generative AI. That's like strapping nitrous onto a Civic with no fuel pump. Big noise, no go. Still, the muscle cars, banks, oil giants, automakers, they're running AI at scale. Those are the builds to watch, not the hype wagons. Now gaming, one of my favorite garages, Floki, Magic, RNDR. Whales are loading them quietly, like mechanics stocking parts before race day. Ronin's Pixels added new content. Ragnarok Libre launched an airdrop campaign. Guilds like YGG are buying early into projects. That's positioning for the next leg. Solana's 20 million weekly active wallets. That's traction. That's grip. If a true 8LA game lands here, this chain launches off the jump and takes air. So here's the recap. Bitcoin is balancing at 114.2. Lulu's chart says 113.8 is your critical support. 114.6 is the ceiling. Ethereum's trapped between 4,100 and 4,200. Break either side, and that's the move. Solana's boxed between 184 and 189. Whichever line breaks first, expect a hard run. ADA's in the passenger seat, not driving the car tonight. The big picture? Institutions are still fueling, miners are still dumping gravel, the Fed's pulling oil out of the tank, and geopolitics are lurking like black ice. This isn't the euphoria phase. This is belief with risk everywhere. That means winners are the ones who trade like pro drivers. Floor it when the track is clear, feather it through the corners, and know when to pit. This is the Garage Nightly Recap. Smash the like, hit the follow, and remember, in this pit, every setback is just an ass-kicking warm-up before the comeback. Tighten your helmet, fire